We are always now in a waiting and see what happens kind of a mode with that.
Boyd Bialik is a conservationist that works within the U.S. Department of Agriculture. He is also part of a federal program called the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. The GLRI is the target of deep cuts by President Donald Trump. His proposed budget for fiscal year 2020 slashes GLRI funding by 90%, from $300 million to $30 million. Bialik isn't taking a stance on Trump's budget proposal, but did talk about how much good the GLRI brings to the area.
Implementing practices on the land that end up helping keep the water clean, healthy for people, for recreational purposes, for fisheries, other users of the water resource.
The reaction from Michigan lawmakers, both Democrat and Republican, has been overwhelmingly against the cuts. U.S. Congressman Dan Kildee said the president's budget threatens the health of our lakes and jeopardizes Michigan's economy. The Great Lakes generate billions of dollars in economic activity and support 1.5 million good-paying jobs in tourism, boating, and fishing industries. Meanwhile, U.S. Congressman John Molinar told TV5 that last year, I successfully worked across the aisle on the Appropriations Committee to fund vital priorities including the opioid crisis and rural broadband access, and fully funding the GLRI. I look forward to continuing this important work as Congress debates federal funding for 2020. As for Bialik, he questions what would happen if 90% of GLRI's money disappears.
Just the sheer tons of sediment that it's now kept on the land, and the tons of fertilizers that are not being used now that once were, that were ending up in the water systems and they are now aren't. It makes you wonder, is that going to change if we don't have that funding?
Now, proposed budget cuts on the GLRI are nothing new. President Trump has tried this in years past. Same goes for President Barack Obama during his tenure in the White House. Reporting in the Continuous News Center, James Felton, WNEM TV5.